So, this is a demonstration of how I trade, how I set up my trades, and how I created my expert advisors. Um, I will show you some aspects of the platform that I use, and I will run some back test so you can understand what I have done so far. So this is the MetaTrader, the platform that I mentioned before, and it's a very complete platform. So it has many features like indicators. You have many indicators. If you trade using indicators, it's possible to use all this list of indicators. It's available, like indicators for trends, oscillators, volumes, this Bill Williams, I don't know what is it, but and this custom indicators what I have collected so far. I don't use too much indicators, but I just use a few. Actually, I like to trade like this. Like, I'm gonna show you how is the best for me. The best way to trade is pure graph. So if the graph is this way only, for me it's enough. But I only do this when I have to trade personally, when I'm doing the trades by manually. So this way it's possible to trade. For me at least it's possible. It's easy to understand. Red candles are candles for of selling candles, and green candles are buy candles. So I just divide this way, and it's pretty easy to use. But you can add some indicators like that. For example, you can use like moving average. No, not this one, but this is possible as well. The one that I want to show you is this one, trend. It's not right. Anyway, you can use some others like stochastic. What is it? Stochastic oscillator. Okay. This show you have a representation when the price is oversold and overbought. You have two lines here, a line of 80 and line of 20. When it's above 80, it means that's overbought, and when it's under 20, it's oversold. So if you want to trade this way, it's possible. You just have to follow the price and follow the indicator along, and then you have some idea when to enter into that position or not. Anyway, so there are many indicators that you can use. Yeah. Also, there is one thing that I have mentioned a lot of times. That's the Fibonacci. I love Fibonacci because Fibonacci is like, for me, it's like magic. You can do some things that the final results is for me, it's like magic. Let's suppose we have this trend, a movement, which is a upward movement, and I'm following this upward movement, and this movement started exactly on this date, which was 7th November last year, and finish approximately on 2nd February this year. So you have all this movement happen, and okay, the way that I use the Fibonacci is, if I have some movement like this, which is a strong trend, this is a strong trend, upward trend. If I have a movement like this with Fibonacci, I am able to predict. Let's say it's not perfect, but it's I can use like a tool to predict the future. I can use Fibonacci to predict when the price will hit, how the price will behave when it start to move, start to do the next movements, mainly a downwards movement. So I use Fibonacci to do that, to recognize where are the regions where the price can move, can hit and back, can move, can make some different movements from the initial trend. So I use Fibonacci like that. And with Fibonacci I have these lines. For example, this is the Fibonacci numbers, the well-known Fibonacci numbers like 100, 50, 61, 50, 38, 23. So these are possible regions or possible moments during the trades that can happen something, or the price can hit one of these lines and return back, or can be like with right on these lines for a moment, like here for example. Let's adjust this just to explain a bit better. Like here you see that we used to say that Fibonacci, you work with regions. So there is always a region, like region of areas, let's say areas of 61, 50, and every time the price hits these areas, the price behaves in a way that it looks like I am in this area now, so I have to so the price comes back or keep on that movement but without any trend. So as you can see here, every time the price hits here on the lines, you see that the price takes some movement. So by using Fibonacci, I can wait for this kind of behavior. So it's very interesting. Like here you see that the price went into the zero area of Fibonacci, came back to this area again of 23, and remained like was inside of this area, because it's respecting these numbers of Fibonacci. So it's something that it's interesting when you are trading. It's very useful to use this. Okay, so that's why I'm very happy with Fibonacci, and it's possible to use in everywhere. Look, I have other charts here and I always using Fibonacci. For example, this is Australian dollar against American dollar. I use Fibonacci here, the same thing, and it gives me that I'm able to see when the price can have some behavior when it's near to that area. So by using Fibonacci, it's possible to see this kind of different movements of the price. And I use in practically all of the charts I use Fibonacci like this. US dollar, Japanese yen. I'm using Fibonacci, and Fibonacci is, and the price is respecting Fibonacci all the time. Look how precise is the price, and hits here and stays and comes back. It looks like the price knows where Fibonacci is. So for me it's useful. I can do a lot of things with that. This is New Zealand dollar against American dollar. I'm using Fibonacci again. Look how the price respects Fibonacci, the lines of Fibonacci. So there is some kind of magic in the air about that. This is GBP USD, GBP yen again. I use it all the time because it works. Okay, my experts. First of all, my strategy. Before I start the expert advisors, it's not only start the expert advisor and it starts to make the trades. No, it's not that way. I have to analyze the strategy, and this is euro dollar. I'm using Fibonacci here as well, and let's suppose I'm here close to this date. Okay, I'm gonna put this here, and this is 20th April this year. Okay, have used Fibonacci here, and I'm using the price to start to go down downwards, because after upwards the price is a lateral price here. There's no trend here at all, but I'm waiting for a downward trend. Okay, and when the price by using these two indicators, this signal, this cross, when the cross line, the red line cross the blue line, for me it's a signal. It means that, look, that it haven't happened so far. Happened here when the movement was upward, and then goes, and then happen again, but now it's changing the direction and now it's going downward. So when happens, and this is a good area to this happens, because over here the price is over both. Nobody wants to buy anymore, because they have both since here, since October 2017. So they have both since here, and they are buy, and most of the trades are buy, and then here between January and March and April, they don't want to buy anymore, because they have bought a lot so far. So it's time to sell. It's time to sell, and I'm seeing this. I'm following this. So it's a opportunity. It's a momentum. So I'm waiting for this sign. This is the sign that I'm waiting for. So when I have this sign, like 19, close to 19 for 20th April, so the price starts to go downwards, and for me now it's time to sell. So with this, after this analysis, my strategy is, okay, I have this sign, so I'm gonna start my expert advisor. My expert advisor is ready to start to sell, to search for opportunities to sell and open orders, sell orders. Okay, and I'm waiting since this is April, and it takes some time until the price goes into this line again. It like represents that has been the price has been is oversold. So since then there is a long run, like calculate. I have no idea when it's April. I have no idea when the price gonna hit this. So I'm calculating about 2 months. It could be like 1 month, could be 3 months until the price hit this, but I'm calculating 2 months. Okay, and then I start to run my expert. So let's run, so you can see how it works. Before, let me just show you the script that how is the language MQL4. MQL4 is a language to write the expert advisors. My broker recognize this language, recognize my expert advisors, and when it's ready, I set up this expert advisor, and then all the trades I can use in my account, I can use with this script. This is actually a script. It's not a language very elaborated or something like that. It's not so big thing, but it's possible to use. It's nice. I use, like I said, a few indicators, because when the expert advisor, it's easier to use indicators, because it's hard to recognize some movements without expert advisors. So without indicators, I mean. So that's why I use indicators, like 2 indicators I'm using here. This is my declarations. Okay, here I make some checks regarding to the price, when it's higher, when it's lower, just to control the movement. I define when it's buy, when it's sell. It's not so it's not so a language too much elaborated, so it's quite straightforward to start to use it. Here I created a variable for the lots, and I can define the lots every time that I can do some parameterizations with the lots. And I'm gonna put here, I was testing with 50, but my lot here I'm gonna define as 30. 0.30. One big lot, the standard lot is 1.0, but I'm gonna do this trace with 30, 0.30. And again, these traits, I built these experts to be aggressive. So imagine that I'm very I'm an aggressive trader, and I want to trade aggressively. I'm not the one that I'm gonna make small monies, a small amount of money every day to protect my account. No, I have done this kind of expert advisors. I have a list of them here. I have created many of them. But this special one, is the most aggressive that I have created so far. So I want that on every 5 minutes, these are the periods that I can trade. Periods of 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily. And I'm set up in this trading. I'm set up in this expert advice to look for for every 5 minutes, search for an opportunity according to my strategy. I have a strategy that I translated, and it's in my script. Of course, it's not like randomly. There is some kind of intelligence to open an order, and 5 minutes is one of them. There is some reasons why I choose 5 minutes. And every 5 minutes it looks for an opportunity and open an order. I can, as you can see here, I created one for sell and another one almost the same, but for buy. I decided to divide them, to split in two expert advisors, but let's see how it works. So okay, I'm gonna run okay, let's suppose back in the time, I'm in 24 April this year, 2018, and I want to open and I have identified this sign-off. This is a good sign-off that this red line against this blue line there is this kind of movement, and this is an average median. And then after that sign, I want to start to open my sell orders. So let's run it and see how it works. So this is 24 April. Let's put this to start on, could be 22nd April until 15 June. Okay, let's see. Let's start. It's a bit white, as you can see when we run this test. This is a back test. I'm testing the past April until middle of June. So let's see, this is real data, this is the real road, but with a demo account. It's not my money, this is a demo account. I wish it would be, but it's not. So we are already in 11th May. We started on April, and the expert is looking for, and as you can see, these dashed lines, red lines that shows here, it's every time is an order, a new order that's open. So we found an order and it's going on. Finish in May, as you can see here, and start in June. quite hard. It's quite fast to test. Okay. Almost there. 15 is the data. Okay. 14 because I set to stop the test on 15 June. So exactly this dashed line represents the 1 day. This is all 14 of June. So all these candles has this movement within 14 and so on. Like every time you see these dashed lines, black lines, is a division, a day division, start and date and end. And okay, let's see how it was this session of. Let's suppose we are here in 15 June and I want to see the results that I have so far with this expert advisors. I start, as I said before, I started my account with $10,000, and for all the orders that I have open, that the expert have open so far, I have a register here. So it's quite nice, this report, which gives me the results. So I have this, I started with $10,000 and it goes 10,364, 10,854. Now we have, this was the on 25th April. I started 22nd April. On 25th April, I already had $12,000 for 186, and it went okay, 16, 17, and it's been looking for opportunities. I was on the my expert advisor was running under a trend that I had recognized it in April, in the middle of April, and I started. So this is just possible if you are in a trend. If you are in a trend and trend is your friend, you can find opportunities all the time. And most important, these are human. It's impossible for a human being, because as you can see, the times 8:57 in the morning. I may be in the traffic. I'm waiting for. I'm sleeping. Whatever. I don't switch off my expert advisor, and that's why it's nice expert advisor, because you do whatever you want to do, and the expert acts like a robot. Find for opportunity, like here. Find an opportunity and open. This dashed red line is an opportunity. It's an order. So it opened an order here on, when was that? 27th April. Open what time was? 9:35. 9:35. I was working. I couldn't be in front of the computer looking for good opportunities. There's no how to control the good opportunities. You may be sleeping or you are working, but the robot, the expert advice that's why it's nice to work expert advice. Look how many opportunities in the same day. This is 1 day only, from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's impossible for a human. Emotionally impossible, because you feel anxiety and you cannot do this. At least I cannot. So okay, let's go back here. So now I have 70,000 for 438. Now I have double of my initial account, just less than 1 month. This is amazing. 1st May, I have double the initial account. Triple. 7th May, $30,000, 224, 39, $47,000, $51,000, $60,000, exactly 1 month after. It's too much, huh? It's too much. Yeah, he hit it $100,000. And why I don't have, why I have, this is the only loss that I had. This is a minus $1485,000. Why I had that? Because when I start my back test, I asked it to stop on 15 June. So as the trade was in the middle of the trade, I had to wait until we finish. When you finish a trade in the middle, you lose it. You lose money. There's no how to control this. Or either you don't open that trade, either you lose money. But I lost $14,000. In the end, this is my final result: $89,000, 295. So I think it's a good result, good outcome. And again, I have created others expert advisors. They didn't work so well like this. This is the best one that I have created with the best results. And so far it looks nice. Yeah. Let's see. I have some improvements to do, but it looks that's working properly. Okay, thanks.